All right, so this is another episode of the Founders Pack Wolfcast, and this is an interview with our friends Sara Hamer and Elle Smyth, or Ellie Smith. I almost messed that up. So, how are you guys doing?
We are good. We're over here in San Fran, just enjoying our cup of coffee on a morning and getting ready to start the day.
I
Yeah,
love it. All right, so your company is called RetailReady, and you guys are currently in the midst of Y Combinator. I guess it's Winter 24, right?
correct.
So for people that don't know, what is RetailReady? And then maybe we can talk about who Sara and Ellie are.
Go for it.
Yeah. RetailReady is a fulfillment compliance engine. Today, anytime a warehouse worker will ship out an order to retailers, they reference these 100+ page documents with instructions like where to put the shipping label. And RetailReady is set out to replace those paper processes with our mobile application. And we can go into a bit of ourselves, but I'm Ellie. Was an engineering student at Duke University, went into finance right after graduation at BlackRock, and then made my way into the supply chain industry at a unicorn startup called Stored, where I was a product manager on our WMS team.
Amazing.
And I'm Sara, industrial engineering background from Georgia Tech, born and raised in Atlanta, and went to Microsoft for about a year and a half. Loved it, but then went back to the startup space, which was really awesome, and where I met Ellie at Stored. Started as a program manager, and my last role there was a strategy associate to the CTO, who also is the co-founder. So it was really cool to see, from a co-founder's perspective, how they run the company. And so, yeah, here we are having our own, which is pretty cool.
All right, so how did you guys land on, I guess, first of all, the big problem that you're solving is chargebacks, or is it something else?
Yes, it's twofold really, is the chargebacks are fines that brands will get if they don't ship compliantly to these retailers. So those 100+ page documents of instructions, if those are not followed accurately, the retailers will issue a chargeback to the brands and they'll deduct that off their total invoice amount. And on average, they deduct 3% of a brand's gross invoice amount. So it's really substantial. So that is the first and foremost item that we want to solve, improve that brand experience. But secondly, it's really the labor efficiency. I mean, you're looking at these big binders of 100+ page documents every time you ship out an order. That's a really painful process. And we're not empowering warehouse workers to be enabled to do the work in a seamless manner. So that's the second piece that we want to solve.
And how did you land on this problem?
Yeah, we were both working in the warehouse, and honestly just saw firsthand that people on the floor are using these paper processes, and how can we make this system better? How can we make things more efficient while at the same time making it better for brands and 3PLs? Because when paper processes are followed, mistakes are ultimately going to happen.
Makes total sense. All right, so now you guys are in Y Combinator. What has that experience been like? And what was your application? What was the big thing about your application that got you guys in?
Yeah, the experience has just been incredible. I mean, the Y Combinator community is unlike anything else, honestly. The people are extremely passionate, wildly intelligent, yet so humble too. I mean, everyone is just really genuinely good people. And it's just such a privilege to be surrounded around that every day. So absolutely loving the experience so far. In terms of our application, honestly, I think that we just kept it really organic and natural, and we understand the problem space really well and really straight to the point. We have a wonderful working relationship. We worked together for the past 2.5 years, and I think that cooperation and trust in each other really came across because obviously ideas may change and they're really investing in founders. So we're just grateful we found each other and yeah. And anything else?
No, I think like what Ellie said, being organic in it, and it's really easy to apply to Y Combinator and use chat GPT for an application process. But I think, at the end of the day, they can tell I think the last batch they got 25,000 applications.
Oh my
And
God.
Yeah, if you're just being real and honest with like what the problem is that you see and like your background and how you have good fit, like they'll see that.
Is it that many? 25,000 in one batch that people applied?
Yeah. That's
Oh my
what I was
goodness.
told for this last one. So
Man, how do we get that overflow? I feel like there's probably other stuff in there that's legit, right? That's crazy. Wow, that's incredible. We'll have to do like a catch-all something. It's like, hey, if you didn't get in there, apply over here. Let's talk about it. I don't even know what I would do for them. You would think you'd be able to raise the leftovers fund or something.
that's funny.
My goodness.
Like a YZ fund or something
Yeah,
like
XYZ or yeah, the Z fund. Y
yeah.
Combinator Z fund. All right, so if you could offer other founders only one piece of advice, what would that be?
Mm.
I would say laser focus and intensity. It is really difficult and isolating at times trying to start something from the ground up. And it's exhausting. But I think one of the things that we keep hearing from Y Combinator alum and the group partners is that those that are most successful just have such intensity on their idea and execution and just are laser focused on that. Is it like these 3 months are such a hardworking, isolated like couple months for us in the program. And that's definitely something that we're trying to emulate.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would say probably just kindness, and that's like a weird one, but like for me that's so important because especially in the supply chain industry, like you're going to bump into the same person about 10 times. It's a very close-knit community. And so building those relationships and just being nice throughout the process, like I mean, it's helped us immensely as far as like connections and knowing people and getting leads. And I mean, I don't think we would be where we are with the idea and where we are today with building it out without
Not at all.
like those relationships.
Yeah.
You might have answered my second question, which is what have the role of partnerships and community been around your success so far? But I'll ask it again just in case we didn't cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been like everyone has just been immensely supportive. Like I don't have enough words to say like how grateful I am for everyone in the supply chain community and outside of it too. Like even just the tech community in general, YC and not YC has just been like truly amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the phrase like it takes a village is so true. We have luckily formed really, really great relationships throughout all of our careers, both, at Stored previously and throughout the supply chain industry and Microsoft and BlackRock and our respective universities. And every single individual throughout that time has touched us to help us get to where we are today. And we always talk about how we want to make sure that we're in a position to pay it forward because we would not be here without those contacts and relationships.
That's amazing to hear. Well, I do want to make sure when we connect offline, I will send you a copy of Form Your Own Pack, which is the kind of the Bible of all of this, along with a large bill. I don't know if you want the bill, but we'll just send you a copy of the book if you guys are down for it. It's
Yeah.
the philosophy of cooperation versus just competition. So need both, but it's inspired by the Japanese Keiretsu business model. Everybody's kind of forgotten. So I think it's kind of right in line with what you are talking about. We'll wrap up with a couple of quick things. First of all, who is a good contact for you and how do people get in touch with you?
Yes, we have an email, founders@retailreadyai.com.
Amazing. All right. And when we have interesting people on the Founders Pack Wolfcast, we like you to nominate other interesting people or another interesting person. We typically talk to founders of scalable ventures, a lot of Y Combinator founders or investors. Who would you like to nominate as a future guest?
One, yeah.
We both know. One Chowdhury. We would love to nominate him and we can give you his contact information.
Amazing. And it's one, is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the number. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
All right, one,
Yep.
you've been nominated as a future guest. We will make sure we follow up and get your contacts. Thank you both so much for joining me today, and I look forward to following your journey.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much. Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Michael.